Hello and welcome to another video, which today I'm talking about free will. If, in life we really have free will when multiple factors seem to determine, our life, like society, how we're raised, is there external factors like, multiversal control? Are we just merely puppets and playthings for, gods slash, creators above? Or, questions of if we have free will. So I guess I'll be as tackling sort of thing by thing. But let's just start off with, the basics. Why is free will? It's that we have self control, ourselves. We have, free will to do whatever we please. I think to an extent we'll always have that because people are unpredictable and people can do whatever they want and often will. So I think there's always free will to some extent, no matter what. Yeah, Scott, I guess use your free will wisely. But yes, so let's get into, the factors that can control free will. Like, number one, how we're raised. Like, how we are, raised, or, how life goes is a good, fact of how we'll act as people. And because of, our life experiences and how we were raised, we'll act in certain ways. And it's, potentially, something that won't disappear, because it is, our roots. It's how we begin. So it's a big determinant of who we are. But would that necessarily take away free will? Like, sure, you're sort of pushed in one direction or the other, so you don't really have control. So I guess you technically don't really have free will, but you always have, free will to change. And people can, change drastically. So I don't think it really necessarily negates free will. The next factor is, society, people's opinions, and people's opinions can be, anything, so I don't think that necessarily takes away free will either. Yeah, it might push us in certain ways, but it doesn't necessarily take away free will. Lastly, is obviously the fact of multiverse, gods or creators or whatever, pulling the strings, and, we're controlled. Like, if this is all just a simulation or something programmed to fill the desires of someone or, something. And in that case, yeah, we wouldn't really have free will as much. But usually with, programs, AIs, whatever, if we are just a simulation, there's a level of randomness to it. A level of randomness only determined by the program. And aren't we technically the program? So that's, if it was that case, or, any other case of God's puppeteering us along, or creators trying to make a story, like, we still have a level of choice, potentially. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the thing, like, simulation, if we're the program, we have, some choice. If it's gods, puppeteering us along, I guess we choose our own gods and what we do and who we praise. So, there's still a level of free will in that scenario as well. The only one that might have zero free will is if we are merely the, controlled by creators. Like how I do Michael. Puppeteering, Michael on a string. He technically doesn't have the free will to choose any other choice. I would like to think, I've given my character free will, but that's, not always a kindness creators will give to their creations. Like, I try to be, I guess, a more benevolent creator with my things. But some creators would not be so benevolent. And what's to say, whoever created us is so benevolent. They could just be, puppeteering us along with absolutely no free will. So, yeah. So, out of all the options, it's kind of the worst option to have creators in control. Which is ironic given I am one. I am a creator, so thus I'm technically the worst of the bunch. Not that, that absolves gods or, those that use machines. If it's a simulation. Like, gods tend to always do bad stuff, like gods being pure and good, bruh, I don't believe that for a cent. Oh, you're good, aren't you, God? No, look at Satan, you didn't trust, Lucifer's ideas, he was trying to be cool, and you're like, if you don't obey, you're out. Like, God has no chill. Many gods just have no chill, so yeah. Free will be damned. If you try and go against them. And with, simulation, those that control the machine could just pull a plug. Yeah, real fun. Just go power off and, die as soon as, the creators will it. So yeah. Just with the other two options, they're technically better. But getting life pulled immediately is like, guess, that'd probably be the second worst. And then Gods is technically, I guess, the best. Although Gods can just, potentially smite you. But if Gods really were gonna, just cause havoc and kill, when they done it already? What stops them from doing it in so many cases? What stops them from going ham? Unless there's something that, all gods want to hide. Maybe gods aren't really that powerful. Yeah, again, I figured, this weird funny thing of, we can create gods easily, but it's hard to be a god if you're not already a god. So are the gods really gods, or are they just masquerading and really have no true power? In the end, maybe it's all just a Wizard of Oz trick so that they can, bend us and control us so we feel that we have no free will. Who knows? Just food for thought if, ever comes to that, comes to a scenario where it's relevant. Not that seems so at the moment, given, real life. The barriers are pretty much set. But who knows? Just because barriers haven't fallen yet, things could always change. But yeah. Back to topic. Free will is, complicated. If we have it, I guess it's lucky we do. If we don't, well, I guess it sucks. We just have to make the best of things, I guess, no matter what. And yeah. But yeah. Hopefully we have free will and under control. But yeah. Either way, I guess I'll do it for this talk topic. I guess a lot of, food for thought about free will and other things. And hopefully we have free will. But yeah. Either way, guess that'll be it for this talk topic video. So peace, thank you, and goodbye till, next one. Yeah. That'll be it for the video. Peace.